Greetings, Guardians. This is Olympus Alliance. And today, we're breaking down one of the most reliable, and most valuable tanks in Hero Wars, Alliance, Julius. Julius is one of those heroes that doesn't look flashy on paper, doesn't scream damage dealer, and doesn't win fights by deleting enemies in seconds. But make no mistake, when built correctly, Julius becomes the backbone of some of the strongest teams in the game. A tank that doesn't just absorb damage, but actively reduces pressure, protects allies, cleanses debuffs, and controls the flow of the fight through shields. And the best part? He does not need full investment to do his job. This is not a max everything guide. This is a maximum priority guide, how to make Julius fully functional, dangerous, and reliable without wasting resources, so you can move on and build your next hero faster. Let's start with what Julius really is. Julius is a strength-based tank from the Progress faction. He stands on the front line and fights using physical attack. 3 of his skills scale directly with physical attack, while the remaining 1 scales purely with skill level. Even his basic attacks deal physical damage, which already tells us something important: physical attack is the engine behind his kit. But Julius' real role is not damage. His role is mitigation through shields. He absorbs pressure, shields allies, briefly accelerates and heals them, increases their defenses for short but critical windows, and cleanses debuffs and negative effects. He doesn't simply stand there and get hit, he actively reduces incoming damage for the entire team. That's why breaking a well-built Julius frontline feels so frustrating for attackers. The damage goes in. And somehow, nothing dies. Most of that power comes from physical attack, not from raw armor stacking. And understanding this is what separates a weak Julius from a dominant one. So how do we build him the smart way? First, let's talk about the foundation, the things that give the biggest value for the lowest cost. Sparks of power are non-negotiable. Max them. No hesitation. Sparks increase all 3 primary attributes: strength, agility, and intelligence, which means more health, more physical attack, more survivability, and more shield value. They are not slow, they are not expensive compared to other systems, and they scale everything Julius cares about. This is one of the highest value investments you can make. Next comes hero level. Julius must be level 120. Not 118, not 119, 120. This unlocks the Talisman system, and Julius has access to 2 talismans. Even if you don't have them yet, you must prepare the hero correctly. Anything less than max level is simply leaving value on the table. For evolution, 5 stars is enough to start. Absolute star is a long-term goal, and his soul stones come from the guild war shop at the heroic chest, which means it's a slow grind. Don't block your progress waiting for perfection. Julius performs extremely well at 5 stars when built correctly. Skills are simple. Max all of them. No exceptions. Julius power throw, shields, cleanses, and defensive boosts all depend on skill levels. This is cheap compared to skins and artifacts, and it's mandatory. Now let's move into glyphs, and this is where many players overspend. Ideally, you want all glyphs at level 40. If you're disciplined and only spend runestones during the monthly milestone event, this is achievable without pain. But if you're low on resources or building multiple heroes at once, Julius only truly needs 3 glyphs to function. Physical attack comes first. This directly powers his shields and offensive pressure. Strength comes next, increasing both survivability and physical attack at the same time. And then critical hit chance. Yes, critical hit chance. Even though Julius is a tank, his physical attack scaling allows him to become a serious threat to weak frontline units, especially when paired with heroes like Sebastian. Those surprise crits can and will finish off fragile enemies who think they're safe behind shields. Stop these glyphs at level 40. Anything beyond that is luxury, not necessity. Now let's talk about talismans. Julius has 2 talismans, and both are expensive VIP options. That alone already tells us something: they are powerful, but not required to make him work. The good news is that his first talisman, which grants strength and armor penetration, is available through the Eternal Frontier shop for 700,000 coins. This is absolutely worth aiming for. It directly supports his role by increasing physical attack and allowing his pressure to cut through defenses more effectively. If you have it, great. If you don't, Julius still works. Now we enter the most expensive part of any build: skins and artifacts. And this is where discipline matters. For skins, there is one correct first choice: physical attack. No debate. No alternatives. This skin turns Julius from a passive wall into an active frontline menace. His shields become stronger, his pressure increases, and his presence becomes overwhelming. If you only ever build one skin on Julius, let it be physical attack. After that, if and only if you want to go further, critical hit chance is the second option. More crits mean more threat, more frontline pressure, and more punishment for careless attackers. Everything else waits. Strength, magic defense, health, all of it can wait. These skins are expensive, and they do not improve Julius' core function nearly as efficiently. Artifacts come next. Start with his Ring of Strength. This gives the fastest and most noticeable improvement to his role. More strength means more health and more physical attack at the same time, exactly what Julius wants. After the ring, move to his book. The book provides multiple defensive stats together and complements his kit nicely. If resources are tight, you can stop after the ring. Julius will already be doing his job. And that's the key message here. By following these priorities, you end up with a Julius who is fully functional at low to mid cost. Max sparks. Max skills. Level 120. 5 stars. 1 skin. 1 main artifact. 3 glyphs. 1 talisman if possible. That's it. You don't need to max everything. You don't need to chase perfection. Julius' job is to buy time, reduce damage, and protect your damage dealers, and with this build, he does exactly that. This approach lets you save massive amounts of gold, runestones, skin stones, and artifact resources. And those saved resources are what allow you to build your next hero faster, diversify your roster, and respond to the meta instead of being stuck all in on one character. That's how smart accounts grow. So Guardians, this is our verdict. Julius is not just a tank, he's a system. A shield engine. A pressure absorber. And when built correctly, he becomes one of the most reliable frontlines in the game without draining your entire account. Build him smart? Stop when he works. Move on to the next hero. That's how you win in the long run. Stay tuned, stay sharp, and as always, salute and friendship.